Okay, don't touch it. Okay, go ahead.
What's your name?
My name is Luther, Luther.
Luther.
Last name is Kimble, Kimbla.
And where did you serve, Luther?
Huh?
Where did you serve at?
I served in Korea from 1950 to 1953.
And were you in the Army?
I was in the Army.
Did you enlist or were you drafted?
I enlisted. Well, I had my grandmother to sign the papers for me because I was only 17 at the time.
Why did you enlist?
Nothing else to do, and and wanted to go and help out and everything, and so.
What division were you in?
I was in the 9th Infantry, 2nd Infantry Division with the Indian head patch.
What was your military position?
I was a platoon leader.
And what year did you go into Korea?
I was there from the time that from 50 to 53 till they signed the armistice and everything.
And I see you have a Purple Heart. Can you tell us that story?
Yes. The Purple Heart it's sort of weird in one sense of the word, in another way is that it was myself and another young soldier walking on, through the woods, and they dropped a shell, and a tree exploded, and I throwed him on the ground and put myself on top of him, and both of us got a good setback of splinters and everything from the tree. But the sergeant said, he said, you will be put in for the Purple Heart. I said, well, okay, because at that time, they was passing out everything like crazy, I said, well, okay, that's fine, but he said, you earned it, and you ought to have it, you ought to be proud to wear it and everything. Well, then most of the stuff that I have like letters for the Bronze Star, and the Purple Heart and everything was like burned up in St. Louis when they had the big fire. So I don't have a letter for the Purple Heart, but whatever I do, I know it's mine, and that's why I wear it, and I tell everybody and everything what happened and everything. So
What's the story for the Bronze Star?
the Bronze Star is for what they call meritorious services. That is placing your life in great jeopardy to help protect people from the enemy and stuff like that.
So was there a specific event that you earned that, or just overall for your service?
Yes, it was just an oversaw, when we were going in, moving into the battle or whatever you want to call it. It was, I was ahead of everybody else and keeping them down and everything, and telling them to crawl and everything, so that they couldn't fire on us and everything, and all that stuff, and the shells coming in and exploding all around us and everything.
What was the fiercest battle that you were in?
Was on Pork Chop Hill. And as you know, they made a movie. But like I said, I didn't get in the movie. But I came home with my life, my Purple Heart, and my Bronze Star.
Did you watch the movie?
Yes.
Do you think, how accurate do you think it was?
It was pretty well what I seen from the action and everything when I was there. So it
It was pretty accurate.
Yes.
From what were you during the actual battle on the hill?
I had what they call a 57 recordless rifle, which was mounted on a tripod. I had a gunner, assistant gunner, and 2 ammo bearers. And we were set up like in a certain place in a bunker. And this way we could, if we had to, we could fire, you know, on the enemy, or if anybody tried to come in and threaten us or anything.
Did anyone come in?
No.
How long did the battle last?
It lasted about 2 days.
So were you in that position for 2 days straight?
Right.
So did you, during that 2 days, did you get to eat anything, or
Huh?
did you get to eat anything during that 2 days? Or
Yes, we had rations, sea rations and everything in a little box and everything. You know, it was like, I forget what it was. It was like, something like little weenies, the hot dogs, or whatever we call them, or something like it. Then they're like in a can. Then there was like a potted meat, and then there was crackers and stuff to go with it, like to put it on and everything.
were shells exploding at night?
Yes. They used to wait till we started eating when we were, you know, having dinner or lunch or something or whatever. They would throw in a bunch of shells and everything, and everybody'd have to run and jump in the foxhole and everything. Then in the afternoons or later on in the evening, we would send a bunch over to their side, and then they'd have to run and jump up and everything, you know. And so,
Did you have any close calls with the shells? Did any of them come close to you?
they come pretty close. They get about 10 or 15 feet.
How long were you in the service?
I was there for 6 years.
What was your highest rank?
Sergeant.
Do you have any other memorable moments that you'd like to share?
Well, the only thing that I really would like to say is about this honor flight thing. I have been trying for a long time to get on it, and every time I signed up and everything, it was either, you know, booked up or everything, there was no room or anything like that. Well then, on April the 23rd, 2015, Joe called me and told me that I had been accepted for the flight April the 23rd. If I wanted to go, or they had another one that was coming up or something, I could take that. But I was really surprised with everything that these people do, you know, for us. And Joe was assigned to me as my guardian, and he pushed me around every place I went, because at that time I couldn't hardly walk. so I had to be in a wheelchair. And he took care of me. He did everything. He took me to one thing here and told me here and all that. And he took a lot of pictures and everything. And then I found out that the kids in Gahanna High School was the ones that paid for my trip to go to the Washington, D.C. for the honor flight. So I got a couple letters from them. I sent a bunch of invitations and thank you and everything back to them and everything. And the kids was really, their teacher wrote me and told me that they were really pleased that somebody thought that much about them to send them a thank you card. So it was really,
Very special.
it was really special. And I cried all the time I was there.
It's
And
definitely a very good trip. Glad you got to go in and enjoyed
and
it.
to see the Korean memorial, that was the best part of the whole thing. And then all this stuff that these guys did and everything, it was just fantastic.
Please.
Say it louder. Well, thank you very much, Luther.
You're welcome.